So I think you've allowed 2 homers now this season. When you guys as a bullpen have, just games like this where you guys have been solid as a unit and then the long ball kind of catches you, when you evaluate these things, how do you differentiate between momentary lapses of execution with the short buildup versus an actual cause for concern with adjustments that need to be made?
It's all based on, you kind of go through pitch by pitch and try to determine whether or not it was execution or game plan. Then you go from there. And judging by, or how I move through my, I've looked at both pitches that were homers this year, and they were both not supposed to be hit for homers based on the way that I prepared. So, you got to tip your cap sometimes. It's really weird pitching is you're always looking for something like you could have done or something that was your fault so that you can have something actionable, but that's just not always the case. And so, getting behind 3-0, you're just trying to get back in the count. He's a, the less used catcher, doesn't have as many at bats. So there's not as much, I didn't know as much about him. But I was just trying to get ahead, and he put a good swing on the ball, and he had quite a game. So, it's like one of those tip your cap, horrible timing for it. But overall, just trying to make pitches. And I thought for the most part, I made a lot of good pitches today.
Lavelle?
Trevor, when you're trying to get back in the count like that and something like that happens, how do you bounce back for something like that?
You have no choice. You just got to go back, go move on to the next pitch and try to execute that one as best you can. And the next pitch was a slider. I got to pop up. It seems like anything put in the air in this game was going over the fence. It's kind of what the Major League Baseball is now. The game's changed a lot, and you got to find ways to avoid these types of games where there's a cluster of home runs hit. And we're working through it. There's, all of us have kind of opportunities to use our off speed a little bit more, get guys off your fastballs. Maybe we're throwing a little bit too many of those right now. Maybe my use of my changeup could be more, things like that. But outside of that, man, sometimes it's just like guys are just going down and getting pitches that they don't normally get, or just taking advantage of momentary mistakes. I mean, at the right time, and they just did that today. Like they did it 3 or 4 times, and sometimes the other team just scores more runs than you because they executed a little bit better, and I think that was the case today.
One more for sure.